Hi guys, welcome to the November 2014 anime pickups. Let's get straight into it, shall we? This is everything for this month. Sailor Moon on Blu-ray and DVD combo pack limited edition from the fine folks at Viz fucking Media. So apologies for the swearing, but seriously. One of the most anticipated releases of the year ends up being one of the absolute worst I've ever bought. Let's do the positives first. Packaging. Packaging is really nice. It comes in a nice chipboard box. As you can see, it has like a shimmery color effect that makes it all shiny, very magical girl style. It is really nice, and I like the design they did throughout the set. I like the design on the disc. It's simple but they're nice. Unfortunately, the limited edition coin that comes with the first set of pre-orders on Right Stuff doesn't fit in the case properly, like they said it would before. But other than that, like, you get a nice episode guide with some nice art prints in it as well. It's just overall, it's a really nice job on the packaging. The English dub is also reasonably well done. It's not perfect, but most English dubs aren't. Like, there's some voice casting like done in it that take it or leave it. Like, some parts of it don't really make a lot of sense to me, but other than that, it's fine. Like, Usagi's English voice actor I thought was brilliant. Like, so yeah, overall, the packaging and the English dub are good. Video quality wise, this is an absolute train wreck. It is one of the worst I've ever had in my collection. I cannot believe that Viz Media thought this was okay for people to buy, and they think it's okay still. We'll get onto that in a minute, but yeah, DNR'd to all hell, the video quality. I knew it was going to be an upscale. I mean, obviously this show would have originally been done on cell film animation. Somewhere in Japan there probably is a beautiful film print, but Toei are holding on to it for themselves, whatever. But yeah, the masters that Viz got were crap, really crap, and what Viz ended up doing to it is even worse. Like I said, DNR'd it to all hell. There was no grain. There's color bleeding, which means like basically the colors are bleeding into each other. It's literal as that. It's fuzzy. There's lots of blockiness going on and artifacting and stuff. And then the absolute worst part of it is ghosting. There is lots of ghosting. You get these little white flashes where the previous frame is still slightly visible, like transparent but slightly visible and stuff like that. It is atrocious, and the DVD is a complete piece of garbage. And the Blu-ray looks worse than the Japanese DVDs and the European DVDs. It is absolutely terrible, and Viz Media think it's okay. They did a podcast of Anime News Network, and they defended it. They said, we didn't do anything. This is how it is always meant to look. We think it looks beautiful, and basically they need their eyes checked. It's an absolute travesty, and do not buy this release if you aren't absolutely desperate for Sailor Moon, because it is not fucking worth it. It is terrible. I cannot believe that Viz Media think this is okay, and the next part doesn't come out till February. I don't know if we're going to see some changes. They already said they're not going to do anything with this. Like I said, the DVD's really fucked up, and the Viz Media PR, they just said, oh, the people that want a DVD replacement, we're not going to do one. You can just treat the DVD in this like a collector's release because the DVD's fucked up. That's basically what they said. There are no words. Viz Media need to fucking fix this release because it's terrible. Anyway, rant over, I guess. I deliberately put myself on a 3.5 minute time frame for that Sailor Moon rant, and yeah, I've got most of it off my chest in that time frame. Okay, before we move on, I just want to quickly say that some of the pickup clips I'm about to show you, some of them are quite dark. It's my own fault. I didn't do the lighting properly, and I'm fighting with a limited amount of daylight, like from when I had the time to make this video, so apologies for that. They're not all as bad as dark as this, but some of them are, so yeah, apologies. Anyway, this is Natsukino Rendezvous on Blu-ray. This is an upgrade from my Sentai Filmworks DVD, which I've now sold. This was a really good show. It was really solid, so I was definitely interested in seeing it on Blu-ray and HD and stuff, and it looks really nice in HD. I've seen a bit of episode 1. Again, it's sort of like Anohana in a way, like in that sense of like a ghost story or a spirit story sort of thing, where someone can see a spirit and tries to help them and the people that are affected by the loss of this person before and stuff. It's just sort of creepy in places and it's sort of twisted a little way, but it was pretty good. I did enjoy it, but it's certainly not on the same level as Anohana or anything. Next we have Devil is a Part-Timer. This is Funimation Blu-ray limited edition. I got this on the cheap, which was nice, but this was one of the most highly rated shows from 2013, so I was definitely interested in seeing it. It seemed like a quirky show where you got the devil and some of his minions essentially they end up on Earth in sort of like a parallel universe-esque sort of thing, and they are unable to return home to their own realm, so they get a job at McDonald's essentially is what the devil does, and that's essentially the plot. It was good. I don't know why it was so highly rated. I mean, it's a pretty good comedy. It's certainly imaginative, but it wasn't really laugh out loud very much. I mean, I liked it. It was a good and solid experience, but I didn't see the magic that a lot of people seem to see. And it's not just like a lot of like anime critics really enjoyed this show a lot, and I just didn't see it. But it's not to say I didn't like it though. I like the fact that they had made up their own language in the Funimation version, and there's like a devil language, and there's a little special feature on that talking about how that was created, and that was quite kind of fun. But I mean, it was good. I don't really know what else to say about it. I mean, I don't understand why this show was so highly rated, but I think I gave it a 7 out of 10. Like, it was solid. It was good, but it certainly wasn't amazing in my book. But I don't know what I missed. But yeah, it seemed average. Next, we have Haganai. What's the tagline for this show? I can't remember. Like, whatever. Haganai next. I can't remember. Like, something to do with friends. But yeah, this is the second series, the limited edition Funimation Blu-ray set. I got this really cheap. After it went out of print, I was able to find a place that was selling it on the cheap, which was really awesome. But yeah, because I missed out when this. I still haven't watched my season 1 set. I bought both of these just on the fact that this show, a bit like how I bought Devil as a Part-Timer, this show is like really highly rated by a lot of people. Like, a lot of people that I watch on YouTube really like it and hold this show in a pretty high regard. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it quite as much as them. It doesn't look like a show I'll enjoy as much, perhaps, but I was definitely interested in seeing it, and so after getting part 1, I knew I wanted to get part 2, but I really wasn't prepared for just how quickly the limited edition was going to sell out. So I was fortunate enough to find a copy, which was good. But yeah, I still haven't watched the first series, so I honestly don't really know what to say about it. I believe it's about a bunch of kids that are all sort of outcasts for some reason. They don't look like the sort of people that would be, but they're all sort of outcasts, and they have like a going home-esque club or a friend club or something. I think it's called Haganai. I don't have many friends, isn't it, or something? But yeah, this is the second series of this pretty popular show, so I will probably watch this relatively soon. I'm in the mood for watching a show like this right now. So yeah, I'm certainly happy to have it. And again, look how dark that is. I'm really bad at doing video. I'm sure you guys have realised by now by watching my videos. I'm not very good at it. Anyway, next up, High School DxD New. This was one of those shows that I am unashamedly to say I'm quite a big fan of. Yeah, it's ecchi harem and it's very fan servicey, and yeah, it's certainly one of those shows, no doubt. But this is one of the ones I enjoy. It's completely stupid, but I feel like it knows it's stupid, and that is what kind of makes it more appealing. And I like the fact it's, you got like demons and fallen angels battle between heaven and hell and stuff like that. It's just interesting. Like, I like that sort of stuff. So yeah, that kind of. I mean, it's not like overly amazingly well done or anything in terms of those subjects. Like, it doesn't really go that far into it, but it's a nice coating on this fan service harem show, like, to have, I guess. But yeah, I was lucky enough to get this release as well, because oh my god, this is surely the record for the quickest ever selling, like, out of stock Funimation limited edition release. Like, I think it came out on November 11th, and within a week it had already sold out pretty much, which is crazy because some of them stay in stock for like years. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to get a copy. Pre-ordered pretty much at the last moment, and luckily enough that pre-order held up. So yeah, and like I said, this is, for the sort of show it is, I think this is a good one. I finished watching this last night. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not overly amazing or anything like that. It's still a 7. It's just a 7 out of 10 for me. That's a pretty high score for a show like this, because I find a lot of them are quite shallow. And High School DxD is sort of shallow, but it's fun in a good way. Another show of a similar ilk that I also think is pretty good is This a Zombie of the Dead? This is season 2. I have the original series, Is This a Zombie? This one I find really funny. This one doesn't really have any fan service in it, at least not of an extreme nature, from what I remember anyway. But yeah, unfortunately this is only on DVD. The anime classics are on Blu-ray, but I might double dip and then put the Blu-rays in these cases or something. But yeah, there are other anime I want to buy more. But yeah, this is a really nice box set. I was really happy to get this because I put off buying it for a long time. And I don't know why, because honestly, like I said, it's one of the better harem shows. It's not really a harem. Like, I mean, it has the same structure of those shows, but it doesn't feel quite the same to me. But I love the fact that again, it's sort of like the demons and all that. Like, you got I actually can't remember. You got a magical girl, magical chainsaw girl, or something crazy, and stuff like that. And the main guy's a zombie, and it's just, there's some really good jokes, and there's some really good slapsticks, and really good like physical humor, as well as visual humor as well. It's not as good as the first series though. I found that the show didn't really seem to have a purpose this time around. I mean, there was some good jokes in it, but I honestly could not tell you what this series was actually about this time. I don't remember. I only watched it like 3 weeks ago. I remember like bits that happened, but I don't really remember what the plot for this season was at all. So I don't know if we'll ever get any more. Maybe that's just me. Like, sometimes I forget a lot of these things, but yeah, I still thought it was good for what it was, but not as good as the first series. Okay, next up we have Aquarion. This is the Mecha series. Mecha Giant Robot series from like back in 2006, 2007 or something. This is the 2-part DVD sets that Funimation put out. Long overdue in buying these. I've wanted to get these for a while because I have like a lot, almost all of the ones that Funimation put out in this like thin packaging before they started doing like limited edition art boxy sets. I have like most of those, and this is just one of the ones I didn't have, and there was extra incentive to buy this one since there's a second series that Funimation have also put out called Aquarion Evolve, like Evolution probably, or something, or Evolution, or Evolved even, but whatever. But yeah, it's just one of those shows. I got this super cheap, like it cost me like £7 or £8 for both parts together. Like, it was a great deal, so I decided to pick that up as well. Next up we got another thing I got on the cheap, Corpse Princess. This is a show that I've wanted to get for a long time. I pretty much say this a lot, don't I? But honestly, it really is. It's a show that looks a lot like Blood Plus, which is tentative for me to say because I've heard like mixed things about this show. Like, someone whose opinion I take on shows like quite seriously, Rock God Itachi, said he wasn't really that into it. He was sort of lukewarm on the show. But I also take that with a slight pinch of salt because this isn't the sort of show that he always likes either. But yeah, the main character sort of looks like Saya-esque, and it's basically about a girl who's gets murdered, but she doesn't end up like dying or leaving the living realm, I guess, and like she's essentially a zombie, hence Corpse Princess, to be a bit more blunt about it. But yeah, and she goes, I think, on a revenge-esque killing spree of some kind. I don't know, but I don't know much about it. This is only part 1. I still need to buy part 2, but I got this really cheap again, like for a couple of pounds. I missed out on part 2, but at least I have part 1, so I'll have to go and find part 2. It's relatively easy to get, so I'll do that at some point. And yeah, it won't be as good as Blood Plus, but if it's a little bit like it, then I'll hope I enjoy it. Feels like a show I'd like. Okay, putting my shoddy camera skills at the very worst here in terms of darkness. This is Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, I think it's the movie's called. It's like a CG movie based on the PS2 Capcom video game franchise Onimusha, of which I've barely played. I never owned any of them, I just dabbled in them. But yeah, this is put out by Media Blasters last year, I think. It was on eBay for like 99p auction, and I won it for 99p. So I'm not gonna Oh my god, look how bad that is. I'm not gonna worry about a 99p purchase. You know, I hope I like it, but it doesn't matter if I don't. Next we have I can't say it. Ruin. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say that word, Blaze. Anyway, whatever. Ruin Explorers, Fam and Ihri. No idea what that says. Weird. Anyway, this is an OVA that was originally put out by Central Park Media and then re-released by, at least I think it was Central Park Media, pretty sure. But anyway, and it was re-released by Made in Japan a couple of years ago, and I love the artwork. I mean, unfortunately you can't see the disc because it's in my Blu-ray player, but the disc art is really nice as well. But yeah, I love the artwork they found for that. It's really nice. Some fantasy thing, so I'm hoping I like it. Next we have If I See You in My Dreams, the OVA. Now, I wouldn't have normally gone out my way to get this, but I have the TV series version. The TV series is only like 7-minute episodes from what I remember, and this is like an OVA of probably about 10 episodes of a similar length. But there's the TV series. But yeah, I watched the TV series. I saw the OVA version or the OVA series on eBay again for like £1. I decided, might as well. £1, I get to complete it. I did watch the TV series. It was okay. It was like this weird, like fan service, ecchi, but like adult love story. It's strange, like a weird comedy. It was a bit weird all round, honestly. Just not very good, but whatever. Like, it wasn't very expensive to buy either of these releases, so yeah, I'm happy to have all of If I See You in My Dreams now, I guess. Next we have Bleach Part 18. Which now leaves me with just 6, I think it's 6, 9 and 10 and 17 I need, and then I have all of Bleach up to volume 18. This is like the highest one I've got. But yeah, I picked this up again for like a couple of quid. I've done so well at picking up the Bleach and Naruto Shippuden parts really cheap, and at some point I'm going to have to splash a bit of cash on some of the volumes, I'm sure, to get them into the collection. But yeah, every single time I see one of these pop up on eBay that I don't have and it's only a couple of pounds, I seem to win it for a couple of pounds, which is really awesome. So yeah, Bleach box set 18 takes us up to like 261 or 267, I think it's just this one on the menu. But yeah, I loved early Bleach. The Bount arc is terrible. The rescue art is one of the best things I've ever seen. I find the Bount arc so bad I can't even get through it. Hopefully one day I will, so I can continue to watch this series, or I might just skip the Bount arc altogether because that's how much I hate it. But yeah, I'm hoping Bleach will get good at some point again. And finally, look how dark it is right now, like fighting with sunlight, using the bit of reflection I can get out the window to shine on this black box. This is the Story of Saiunkoku. Saiunkoku? Anyway, this is the first season, which was 39 episodes, I believe. Unfortunately, not all of this show was ever released, sadly, but it comes in this really weird box set. This was like the limited edition that Guinean put out, and you were meant to put like the 9 volumes in there, so I bought it on eBay as a complete collection without the 9 volume DVD cases. It opens up in this weird way. It's kind of like the same height as a CD jewel case, and that's how it opens up in the disc, as you can see like sitting there. But yeah, this is like a period period like romance series from what I understand. Funimation did like a re-release of it, but they're all really hard to get at, and yeah, there's probably never going to get the second series, unfortunately. But it's 39 episodes dubbed, and the second series is available out there, fan sub. So yeah, I decided to pick it up because it was a chance to own a show that I didn't think I'd ever get a chance to own, because I wasn't going to go out my way to get it. It was really, really expensive, and I've seen this set, the one I ended up getting, go for like twice as much in auctions that I was partaking in trying to win, and it went for like £70. So to get it for, I think it was 30, maybe 35 or something like that, like it was still a lot of money. But I'd been selling some of the art boxes recently in anticipation of the eventual Bandai re-releases next year and the Gundam re-releases next year, so sold some of that stuff off, and that allowed me to fit it in the collection. So yeah, that was November 2014 anime pickups. I've been Blaze, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.